Hello and welcome to another episode of Average Roller Coaster Simulator. Just kidding, got my name wrong. It is Average Roller Coaster Enthusiast. Classic. And we are back with another episode to the park series. In this episode, we will be doing a brand new multiverse coaster. And that is very exciting because I have never worked with the Multiverse coaster. It is brand new to Planet Coaster 2. I've seen some videos on it. People have done some crazy things. I think what I have created is decent. Not going to say it's amazing. Not going to say it's bad. You guys will be the judge of that. I think it is decent for my first time working with it. There are so many pieces, so many options. You can go backwards, left, right, up, down, seesaw. I mean, this thing is an omnidirectional coaster. And after working with this coaster, I think this was a really good addition to the game. Clearly, there are these in real life, and I have yet to experience one. But I'm sure that would be really insane. I love the fact that there's a chain lift. Is there a chain lift? Now I can't remember, but they do have a drive. What's it called? Like a wheel drive sort of thing. And it's kind of cool how that works. It's very smooth way of gaining speed. Everything about this coaster is just smooth, man. So when building this, that's what I wanted. I just wanted something smooth because when you coming off those features, it's like butter. The first feature I chose to go with was a drop track, I guess it's called, because we're going down. So first feature we got is a drop track. Then we go down into a sort of backwards section into a turntable that puts you back going the right direction into another run. Now, what you see here is not the final version. We do end up changing it a little bit. We do bring the water that we have going all around the park into this coaster. We want to incorporate the coaster into the park, even though it's pretty far away. We do have a cable car, bringing a cable car specifically for this coaster. So I wanted to make this the attraction. Like, this is the attraction, man. Like, if you're taking a cable car all the way over here, it better be worth it, sort of thing. And so we're just filling this out with a lot of terrain. We're going to be adding a whole bunch of terrain to this thing because this is a tall coaster right now. And kind of just figuring out what we're going to do here with all the drop tracks and all that. I have an idea, and I sort of want the drop track to come to like the end of this waterfall and then end up dropping and then going backwards from the edge of the waterfall. So kind of just trying to figure out how to create that. So I bring up the terrain to where the waterfall should be, and I realize that the drop track will go into the terrain, so we figure out, we got to push that down a little bit. So we're going to push it down so that the drop track will just fall right in between those nice little humps. If you hear some meowing or purring, that would be my cat. She is on my lap. She's a good kitty. And here is the backwards section. I want it kind of running around that mountain before we turn around and then go for the drop into the river section. Here's where I delete that and figure out a new layout. Like I was telling you before, I didn't necessarily like it, and when I ran the tests on the coaster, it didn't really have that much excitement to it. So I think it was coming in at like a 4.5, maybe a 4.7, and I kind of wanted to bump those numbers up to at least a 6 would be nice. I would honestly take a 5, high 5s. Not ideal, but I definitely didn't want it to be in the 4s. So we're just adding in some airtime. That's a good tip for you guys. If you need to add some excitement, just add a little bit more track with some airtime hills in it. That'll instantly up the excitement. These people love airtime. The thing that's killing this coaster is kind of the beginning, because the beginning, and you'll see in the end, the ends part is kind of not that exciting technically if we're going off of game analytics and numbers. So we see here it comes in at a 4.7. I was right. 4.7. And now we're just testing it with this new stuff, seeing if we got the numbers to go up a little bit more. See, this end section I was telling you about is really killing the numbers, at least. But we end up figuring it out. I mean, we get this thing up to at least a 5, I'm pretty sure, if not a 6. It's just been a while since I made this, so I can't really remember. So we're going to redo that section a little bit. I want to add a little bit more. Like I said, they're taking a cable car over to this coaster, so I want it to be one worth the time, at least in terms of a longer ride, but also in terms of excitement. You know, we want to make sure we are pleasing here. So, kind of gonna go into another airtime, and then use another feature I haven't used yet. Let's see what the name is. Switch track. So we want to do a switch track. Kind of just figuring out where we want to do the switch track, and I think I like the fact that you can go backwards on the multiverse coasters. It's a very cool feature. So we utilized that a few times in this. So we're going to put that switch track a little bit further back. Right now we're just kind of seeing how it flows through the river run into the switch. Ow, my cat just scratched me. So she's got to get off the lap. That hurt. And here we are. And that's going to be our final switch track right there. And then we're going to bring this around, kind of just bringing us back to the station at this point. We've got a lot of section now to make it worth it. And we're going to go backwards over an airtime hill. We're going to bring it up and over these guys over here in the form of mini airtimes, just to try to keep the numbers up, like I said before. And then we're going to take this right into, right into this little corner over here. This little corner section. Add another switch track to get it going forwards before we go into the station backwards. We don't want to do that. So we are going to bring it on back, connect it up. And that's our coaster. I don't change it after that other than smoothing. Next episode, we're going to be working on decorating this thing. theming it. I really enjoyed how this came out. And like I said, this thing is just smooth butter, man. Once you smooth this thing out, it is like butter flowing through these sections. Last part of the video, we're just going to figure out how to block section it. We want at least 2 running because this is a long coaster, you know. So just trying to figure out how to get the correct block sections in there without running into any issues. We do add some custom supports to that first little uphill. As you can see, there's no supports, it's just a floating track. So we add some custom supports. First time really doing that. You know, this series, if anything, has pushed me to do stuff I've never done before in this game. So I really enjoy that. I enjoy making these videos for you guys. Anyone who's watching, I really appreciate you. Even if you're just watching the beginning, you're not even getting to the part of me saying thank you in the end, but you know I appreciate it. I was also getting over some minor cold, so that's why the videos were delayed this week if you're an avid watcher. So usually my schedule's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and obviously I missed Monday's upload. If you want to sue me, put it in the comments. You know the deal. But for the end of this video, we're just going to be going through the little preview. Not the best preview because it's not filled out the way I want it to be. But looking back, the way we finished it out is really cool. I can't wait for you guys to see that. That's coming up in probably the next 2 episodes. Just because I put a lot of work into it, and I want the episodes to be a little bit shorter, so I think it goes over the course of 2 episodes. I apologize, I don't have the background track music or the background track noises for this thing while it's running, the preview. Usually I do, but sometimes I forget to record the sounds when I'm playing. So I'll leave you guys to it with this one, with the ambient Planet Coaster 2 music in the background, soothing it out. Remember, this is Average Roller Coaster Enthusiast, and I'll be sure to see you in episode 17. That's right, episode 17. Let's go. Thanks again. Have a good one. Peace out.